What up, what up? Winbush here with part 2 of this series. Now in part 1, I showed you guys how to make the water sphere in Cinema 4D using the X particles, and then we rendered out with Redshift. And so we have our puzzle mat, we have a reflection mat that we rendered out of Redshift that we're going to be using. So if you want to see how to set that up, make sure you click on the link below in the description and look for part 1. So in this part, we're going to be compositing everything together in After Effects to come up with this look here. Because rendering out of Cinema 4D, it looks a little bit dull, but we're going to punch it up, use a couple of the Sapphire effects. We're going to use Magic Bullet looks, and then some lens flares here and the gradient. So let's just get right into it. And so this is the version that I had made previously, but we're going to start from scratch. And so I have my pre-renders already brought into After Effects here. So I'm just going to click down and make a composition out of my water sphere, and then if I click play, this is what my render looks like out of Cinema 4D. So now what I want to do is I want to right click and make a solid, and I'm just going to make a solid black background for now because I want to add a ramp to it. So if I turn off my solid, you can see I rendered out with alpha channel here. So we don't want to just have a plain background, we want to have something nice looking. So I'm gonna go over to my effects and presets, click on ramp, and like so we have our ramp here. And so I'm going to make it a little bit more stylized. Let's maybe make this like a muted blue and make the top a lighter blue, maybe something in there, maybe like a more grayer blue. Now this is all on personal preference, so something like that. Now I want to come over to my puzzle mat. Now if I drag my puzzle mat on top, you can see we have 3 layers here. We have our blue, which is our rock, as you can see. We have our green, which is our water, and then we have our red, which is our white water. So I want to drag my puzzle mat down below everything, click back on my main layer, and let's go over here and type in set. And what we're looking for is under channel, we want to see set mat. So now we bring this over, and I have another tutorial that explains this in even more depth, but it's pretty simple. What we want to do for take mat from layer, we're going to look for our puzzle mat layer, and then for use mat, let's start with our red channel, which is our white water. So now you can see it's all of our white water there, and I want to make this 100% white, not just because it has some reflection and shadows on there. So if I go under my effects and presets, type in try for tritone, I could just use the color correction tritone, and then let's just make everything in here white, like so. So now we have our white water splashing around, and let's add our other puzzle mats in here. So if I can actually hit Control D. Actually, I want to make this red, just so I know that was using our red matte channel. So if I hit Control D to make a duplicate, I'm gonna come under my green channel for use matte, and I want to delete my tritone so that I have blue water here. And I'm gonna change this and make this green. And this is just for organization, so that I know that I'm using my green matte in here. And then let me click on levels. Let me just add some levels to this water, darken it up a tad bit, bring this up to the left, make it look a little bit more richer. And last but not least, let's Control D this again, make another duplicate. I'm gonna bring this down below because this is going to be our rock. So let me click on blue, and now we have our rock in here. Then I want to make this layer blue, so I'm using the blue channel again just to organize it. Move our levels down a tad bit. Set. Again, this is all on your preference, what you want your stuff to look like. I think that looks good right there. If I play this through, it's already looking pretty decent. But for our white water, you can see each individual particle there, and I want to add some motion blur to it. So if I go down to my layer here, this is my white water. I have Real Smart Motion Blur, which is, it's not that expensive if you look it up online. But what I want to do is add Real Smart Motion Blur. You can see it's already taken effect there. If you have a good GPU card, you want to turn it on, and that's going to be using GPU to calculate our render or our blur here. So my blur amount, we can bring this up to like 2. Let's play this back again. We can see our white water starting to mesh in there a little bit. I'm going to duplicate my white water layer. I'm going to change my blur amount to 3 just to add like a little bit of variety in there. Let me actually bring my white water up on top of everything. And then for my liquid layer, I'm going to add Real Smart Motion Blur again. But this time, I'm just going to keep it subtle. Maybe at like, yeah, I think 0.5 looked fine. So now we have motion blur on our water. And just moving around like so. Cool. So from here, everything is kind of just cosmetics. So if I want to come under, make an adjustment layer, let's name this one looks, because I'm going to be using magic bullet looks. Click on the edit button there, go under enhancements, and I like We the People looks cool, LOL looks cool. Let's see a Punch in the Dark. That kind of brightens it up a lot, like so. Yeah, so I like how that looks there. And then what else can we add to this? Well, we actually need to add a reflection layer. So I'm gonna bring this under looks. I'm gonna solo this out. I'm gonna type in levels because I want to bring up my reflection levels a tad bit. And then under here, under my mode, I want to screen it. So now we have a reflection layer. You can see this is off, this is on. Just adds a little bit more highlights to our water there. And then if we want to add a lens flare, we have several options here. So if I type in lens, depending on what you have, if you have optical flares, or if you have the sapphire flares, or even if you just have the flares that come inside of After Effects like this one here, I like using the sapphire lighting. So let me use the sapphire lens flare, bring this up here into the corner, and if I click on my edit lens, give this a second to fire up, we have all these different presets over here on our left hand side. So that one looks kind of cool with the rainbow rim light there. You could change your setting for your chroma rings. You could change the position. There's all types of stuff you could do in here, but I'll kind of like it at default right there. So let's just click OK. Give it a second to kick in, and there we go. We have our lens flare. Could probably even turn it up a little bit. You have it like at 3 in the corner. There, and at this point we're just having fun playing around with everything. So I'm gonna name this adjustment layer flare. Oops. Bring this underneath my looks. Let me add another adjustment layer, and I'm gonna do this one for just a subtle glow. So I kind of like always putting the glow over top of everything just to kind of blend it in. It doesn't have to be a heavy glow, but just something subtle. So again, I went with the Sapphire Glow. If you don't have Sapphire, you can always just use the stylized glow that comes in After Effects. Let me bring this brightness down to like 1. And that just adds a little bit of, it helps blend it in a little bit there. And then last but not least, let's add another adjustment layer. Let's just add a overall curves to everything. I'll bring this up top. And I have my curves. I'm gonna just click this down ever so slightly, maybe bring the highs up a little bit, and there we go. So I'm liking how that looks there. Maybe I could bring down the saturation a little bit. So if I type in hue, bring over the hue and saturation, bring down my saturation maybe by like -10. There we go. So yeah, that's basically how I did the compositing in After Effects. I mean, once you have all your different levels there, your reflection, your puzzle mats, it's pretty much just personal preference, going in, having fun with all the different plugins and effects that you have. If you don't have the different plugins, I mean, you can always download trials. I know you can for Sapphire. I'm not sure about Magic Bullet, but I believe you can. But if you don't, you always have this stuff that comes inside of After Effects. If you come over here to the immersive tools, even though it's for immersive, you can still use them on the 2D, your 2D footage. So they have a really good glow there. They have a good sharpen effect as well. So that's something you guys can play around with as well. So again, if you guys ever have any questions, leave me a comment below. Thank you guys on the internet for telling me how much you like this project and wanted to see a tutorial on it. If there's anything else you guys want to see, let me know. And until next time, keep creating. I'll see you again.